if all the whole English teams or all the whole Premier League teams in the Champions League were knocked out today in the Champions League? What if Manchester City, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Chelsea were all knocked out? It's going to be a very bad day for Premier League and for England as a nation. It's going to be horrible and terrible. But let's see who have more chances to advance to the next round, and let's see who have less chances, and let's see the possibilities. So we're going to look from the least to the highest. So we're going to start with Arsenal. Arsenal played Bayern Leverkusen 1-1, but Bayern Leverkusen make it very difficult for Arsenal. They play like a back five, and Arsenal could not break them. And one of Arsenal's weakness is very difficult to break against low block teams. Teams that sit low block, Arsenal find it very difficult to break. And that was exactly the same thing that happened to Everton. When Everton were playing Arsenal, that was yesterday, they sat back, they sat deep, and that is an area Arsenal needs to improve. Arsenal needs to improve their creativity for them to pass Bayern Leverkusen. So if Bayern Leverkusen should play exactly the way they played in their home, Arsenal will still find it difficult to break. So if they should come to Arsenal place, they will hope to play Arsenal like that so that they can go even to the penalty kick because they have a chance of even passing Arsenal there. But look, the chances of Arsenal to win Bayern Leverkusen is less because Arsenal could, since Arsenal are playing with their home with their supporter, it's going to be like 12 against 11. So Arsenal have an edge in that match. Newcastle United versus Barcelona. Newcastle United when playing Barcelona, that was the best Newcastle performance against Barcelona because they limited Barcelona to so many things, to chances, to passes and everything. Their midfield, they competed very well. And mind you, Newcastle United were without their best player in Victor in Guimaraes. Had you been that guy is there, you brought in Tonali and you also brought in Jolinton. That should be like a changeover for Barcelona that day. Barcelona will not even send the post pass. But at the end of the day, Barcelona were lucky to have a penalty that they were able to equalize. So with 1-1 going to Camp Nou to play, I don't see Newcastle actually having an edge because their fans, that stadium that Newcastle are not used to, they'll be scared. And once they are scared, they'll have a lot of pressure and they could not be able to play psychologically the way they're supposed to play. And that is where Barcelona will smell blood and just rip them apart at Camp Nou. So we're going to look at Galatasaray versus Liverpool. Liverpool were showing 1-0 at Galatasaray. This was like a big offset to Premier League because Liverpool were expected to cross Galatasaray, but the unexpected happened. Now Galatasaray will be coming to coming to Liverpool Stadium to play. Now with Anfield, I don't think Galatasaray will be able to survive. But if Galatasaray hold their ground, they can be able to survive. So the percentage of Liverpool to advance to the next round is almost high compared to other teams. So let's look at Chelsea versus PSG. 5-2. 5-2 is an incredible score. Chelsea conceived 5 goals in the Champions League first round at Parc des Princes against PSG that they played in the World Cup. So this time around, I know Chelsea have already beaten them before 3-0. So if Chelsea can overturn their task around at Stamford Bridge and beat PSG, which is a miracle, which it will be very difficult to happen, then so the chances of Chelsea to go out of this cup is very, very high compared to them to stay. But miracle no retired results. So let's look at Manchester City versus Real Madrid. Manchester City were heavily beaten and humiliated without even scoring even a goal in Santiago Bernabeu. And now Real Madrid will be coming to Etihad Stadium. And now Guardiola that was supposed to use West Ham to beat momentum, he could not be able to beat momentum from West Ham. They drew 1-1, and now he's going to be playing Real Madrid. And the reason why he could not build that momentum is because he was scared. And most of his players have a lot of pressure. When you start thinking about, oh, the Champions League, when you start thinking about the Premier League, like it's almost over, especially the fact that Arsenal were able to win their match, it creates and gives Manchester City a lot of pressure. So that match, it will be very difficult. I know Manchester City can be able to create chances and score 2, but 3 goals is possible, but the chances of them qualifying to the next round is very extremely high because if they should try to attack, then Real Madrid will exploit space and score. So the last but not the least is now. So it's Tottenham. Tottenham Hotspur have not been on great form presently. They've been terrible. Let's be honest. Let's call the spade a spade. They've not been. I think in 2026 they've not won any match. So if they should be able to win this one, like if they can perform the same miracle they perform when they were able to go, when they were able to lift the Europa League, then if they should go come back and come and win the Champions League, it's going to be one of the worst teams that have ever won the Champions League. So let's hope, let's see if that one is possible. If they can be able to beat Atletico Madrid 3-0, because if Barcelona can beat Atletico Madrid 3-0, then it is possible for Tottenham to do that. But it's not that possible.